Good morning, everyone. How are you out there? What's today? What? Monday, Tuesday? I don't even know what day I'm in. Sometimes. Is it today? Tuesday? Lord help me. Gee whiz. I got all my days mixed up. It's been a wild week. But I'm up here today because I wanted to share something. I felt guided. Like this is a topic that I think we all should speak on. Now, it has nothing to do with astrology or cards, although, they all, coexist with one another. They're all interconnected. But I really want to, I've been hearing this a lot about the 12 disciples, the 12 disciplines, the 12 tribes. And, I'm like, what does that mean? And so, me being a truth seeker, like I had to keep searching for the answers. One person would say something, another church would say something, and I would never get the right answer. So, I started to just do my own research, and then the right people would come to me, and then it all started to make sense. I'm like, oh, that's what it means. Well, thank you very much. Much love to Reverend Ike. Um, much love to Neville Garda. He is another person that I adore. I love listening to him. I can't think of her name, Florence Shivel, for some reason, but I don't want to keep this video too long because there's a few things I want to share. Now, listen, y'all, I'm not used to speaking on the camera, so bear with me. I may stumble on my words a little bit or even get lost or even show a little bit of, I'm moving around too much. That's me trying to get comfortable. But I'm aware of it. So that's a good thing. So, and I'm going to stay confident in this. So, I wanted to talk about who are the 12 disciples and what role do they play in our lives, right? And I think it's very important that we know who they are now, today. And I don't think the church is going to give it to you like this. All right. So I, I think it's, for those of us who see things a little different as far as like, yeah, I think, people think, oh, these people are real people and, they were a part of this 12 tribe, bloodline, whatever. No, that's not what's coming up for me. It's just not. So when we're talking about the 12 disciples, we're talking about applying the 12 disciplines of the mind. And each name has a purpose. Remember, this is a computer. This is psychological. This is, your faculties. And you call each of them into order, okay, at the proper time. And so with number one being Simon Peter, I'm going to bring this up a little so I can see. Simon Peter speaks about selective hearing. Be intentional about the information. Be intentional about the information you're absorbing. Avoid negativity news, conversations that contradict your ideal. So you definitely don't want to be around a lot of people that are just speaking, things that are not lining up with you. The news, the doom and gloom people, even coming from the churches the religious community. Yeah, they I'm not letting up on them either because I notice what they're doing. They're pushing a lot of fear, and that's not nice. You can really cause somebody to hurt themselves. This is dangerous. What's going on? Dangerous information. So God, at my higher self source, show me how. Even though I may even sometimes feel shy to speak, I know I have to do it and I will do it. It's just a matter of trying to get it all out. But selective hearing represents Simon and Peter. Okay, first in order. Train yourself to focus on thoughts, words, affirmations that support your vision. So every day you have to do this. You cannot flip on Bad Girls or watch scary movies and see drama. Now, see, I have my little stuff too every now and then, but then I cut it off and then I'm back in at the drum board, But you have to train yourself constantly to have selective hearing and be intentional about the information, what you want to hear, what you want to listen to, what are you going to surround yourself with. When it comes to music, will you be around rap music, or are you someone that likes the blues? Is the blues sending off a beautiful vibration that's uplifting you? Are you a classical? Do you love classical music? I think classical music is dope. I love classical music. What else is jazz is good. Be selective in your hearing, and what supports your vision. Okay? And affirmations always work. And this is all about training. That's why it's called the disciplines. It's not easy. Even for me, I'm like, I don't think I could follow it. I don't have any type of discipline. But I do. I when I put my mind to something, and I'm pretty sure any of us can do it. Once we put our mind to something, we can make it happen for certain. So, this is all about disciplining the ear, the inner ear. What are you listening to? Okay? Who are you listening to? What are you choosing to listen to? Write everything down, and that would be like your little selection. Simon Peter. When it comes to thoughts, and watch the thoughts daily. A negative one come in, you replace it with a positive one immediately. Okay, because thought forms they come in all the time. They're intrusive, and you may think it's your real thought, but it's not your real thought. So be aware of these things, and once you have this arsenal with you, you'll be good to go, and you'll be more powerful to stand firm on your trust, your belief, your courage, and confidence. Now, the second discipline that came up was courage, and that's Andrew. So we already spoke about Simon Peter, selective hearing. Now we're talking about Andrew. Who is Andrew? He's all about courage. All right, this is about making bold steps, bold moves, towards his goals, even if he can't see it. He could be living in a homeless shelter somewhere, or probably on the sidewalk. The timing is just wrong. And Andrew could be going through a lot of things right now. Everything just seems so unfavorable for him, but he has a vision. He has a vision, and he's not letting go of that vision. He has courage, and it takes heart to keep going, okay? Despite whatever else is happening in your life right now. You have to keep going, even when it seems unfavorable. Stop waiting for the perfect timing. Act now. Act as if it already happened. Everything is already unfolding, okay? And that is what Andrew wants you to do, okay? So if you need a little courage, or you got to tap into that inner Andrew, invoke Andrew. You need a little discipline, When it comes to hearing, trying to avoid some other negative things, then you evoke Simon Peter. That's how it works. Okay, your mind is a computer. I wish I could pronounce this word. I cannot for some reason, so I'm not even going to play myself. But that would be Andrew represents courage. Okay, to take bold steps, take a risk, trust yourself. Even if you feel you don't have it, even the money, nothing should hold you back. Nothing. Keep your vision. It will get there, and act as if you already had it. It already have it. It's done. It's done already. The third one will be James, the righteous judge. And this is about discernment. Okay, he is the third discipline of the mind. All right, discernment. Now, what James does, he assesses the situation accurately without emotional bias. So, just try to remain neutral. He's watching, he's observing, he's discerning, what's what. And he's acting accordingly. And this is like to remind him, and for me, I remind myself of the chosen reality every time doubt creeps in. Don't accept the external forces as your final answer. So that's what I meant by listening to other people, even including me. Do your own diligence and get the information and apply what feels right for you, because not everybody is out here going to tell you the truth. They're just not. Or they don't know. Even I don't know everything. I don't know. I don't claim I'm a prophet or anything like that, but I am passing a message that I was called at this time to put it. And like I said, when spirit moves you, she moves you, and you have no choice but to move. So yes. So with James is the right judge. This is about assessing the situation accurately without emotional bias. Remind yourself every time a doubt would like to creep in, understand that this is not the finale. This is not it. Don't let those doubts get the best of you. They're just thought forms. Thought forms wanting to seep in and snatch the little light that you have there. Okay, and then make you not want to go for your dreams, not want to go take action, not probably apply for that bank loan, or even take a risk singing. Anything that you're gifted at, anything where your passion is at, I am urging you, like I can't stress this enough. Go for it, okay? These are the principles of the mind, the 12 disciplines of the mind, not the 12 tribes, not the 12 bloodlines. Like it shouldn't even matter. We're talking about you and I. We have to walk around in our heads all day, and I can have a blast in mine sometimes. However, when it's time to turn that off, I can always come here and depend on the 12 disciples, the 12 disciplines. Okay? So we're going to move into number 4 because there is 12. Number 4 is John the Beloved. Positive reception. Okay, this is about positive reception. John makes number 4. And what this discipline is about, surround yourself with uplifting influences, empowering talks, read some books, accept compliments and positive feedback, and graciously they reinforce yourself. But I can't read my own handwriting concept. Okay, and I'm gonna read that again because this applies to me a lot. Positive reception, John the Beloved. Surround myself, and this means surround yourself with uplifting influences, empowering self talks, books, and accept compliments. Positive feedback, graciously accepted. They reinforce your self worth, your self concept, the things you tell yourself. Like a quick um example, because I'm showing you what I'm going through, what I've been through. This is how so this way we can relate. I'm only giving you what I know from experience. Me accepting positive I can't even speak again. Compliments is hard for me to take. I cannot take compliments. I get very, very nervous. Okay, but I've learned to now take it, and my courage and all these things, grew over time. So it's okay to be positive, have a positive reception. If someone is uplifting you, high, not gaslighting you, not love bombing you, know the difference. But a nice compliment, maybe something you did, maybe your hair, maybe a drawing or something at work. You take that compliment and say thank you with grace, okay? And don't feel bad about that, because a lot of us do struggle with accepting compliments. It's unfortunately and true. So the fifth one. The fifth one is fill up. And this one is called now I know I gotta put my glasses up. Experiential awareness. I can't read my own here right now. Experiential awareness. Each day, take time and reflect on moments I felt guidance and inspired. So Phillips wants you to reflect and have some self-awareness. He wants you to journal, write down everything that you're feeling. Okay. Also feel guided and be on the lookout for some of the synchronicities, because once you begin, remember the pen is very strong. So when you're writing these things down, expect breakthroughs to happen. Okay, you're gonna get synchronicities. They indicate alignment with the vision you want for yourself. So with Philip, this is all about awareness, being aware of nature, your surroundings, everything, like everything you have to become aware of, and it'll start happening to you naturally. Okay, like it's weird. When it started to happen to me, I was at it. I wasn't like as strong at it as I am now. Like nothing gets past me, almost everything. But I don't want to be too crazy into it either, because then you're gonna just start connecting everything. But look out for the synchronicities. Synchronicities are real. Okay, very, very real. I cannot lie about. That is one of the reasons that led me to this journey, because I kept getting synchronicities. The same thing over and over again, and I just didn't know why. I had to know what it was. And this was before the internet. Nobody had the answers. So I had to walk around with this all my years, and little by little pieces of the puzzle came. All right, the sixth um, faculty of the mind, the principle. Imaginative, this one's gonna get me. Having an imaginary faculty, being imaginative. I swear, don't kill me for this. Bartholomew. Now, why do they call? I swear that's a funny name, but I get it. Bartholomew. Visualizing daily. I see myself already living my dream life, vision board, and purposefully daydream about all the desires I want. Okay, with Bartholomew. So he's all about your imagination. Okay, your visualization. I might be pronouncing that wrong. With him, all about vision, imagination, and seeing yourself already doing it. Already, everything is already happening for you. All right. With John, the beloved, positive reception. Okay. This is about surrounding yourself with the right people at the right time, with the right ones you want to win. You're gonna have to hang with some winners. They don't gotta be rich, but they have to have the same goals as you. Um, Hanging around somebody with no type of ambition in life, or they just don't want to do nothing or be nothing, or and they're okay with that and they're happy with that, then these are the people you may not want to hang around with a lot, um unless they're assigned to you and you are uh somehow here to help get them up and assist them finding that vision. But it is not your job to play the Superman, Superwoman. That is not it. We just cannot save humanity. It just doesn't work that way. But we are the guides, and we come in with the information, and what they do with that information will be up to them. Okay, so with but I swear Bartholomew, imaginary imaginary faculty, visualizing daily. What do I see myself doing? Already living my best life. Vision board, purposefully daydreaming about the desires that I want in my life. So when it comes to imagination and putting up a vision board, think of all the things you want, you know, and put them up. You can write it down, but it's even better if you put them up. Get a few poster boards, some houses if that's what you want, uh, a jungle, trees. Where do you want to live? Is it the tropics? Um, things like that. And then to really tap in, when they say visualization, you got to close your eyes and you got to really, really, really feel it. Like say you're at the jungle, not the jungle, but you're in paradise somewhere, or you just in your yard and enjoying the sun, and you can feel the warmth of the sun, right? And you can hear a bird in the background. You can hear it, and you also see beautiful daisies all lined up around you, and roses and different flowers. And you can notice this one rose. You can see the petals, you can count the petals, and you can even see a dewdrop on it. That's visualization. That's how you are tapping in like that. When it comes to a home, a house, don't see yourself looking for the house. See yourself already in it. See yourself opening, getting the keys, signing the paper, whatever, but you got the keys and you're opening up the door into your house. Because what you're doing is setting the stage now for what's happening, because the subconscious mind does not know. We don't speak about that. We don't talk about that enough. What we create our reality. And a lot of times we can do it recklessly if we don't know, so I guess that's why a lot of people, really don't want to come into this journey, because it takes discipline. It really does. And even for someone like me who thinks a lot, and many of us do, it will take discipline, and you just got to keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And if a negative thought come in, replace it. Boom. You can even get more creative. A negative, intrusive thought come in. Imagine an imaginary needle popping that thought. Or you can take that thought and transmute it, send it back down to Mother Earth, to the center of the earth, and turn it into love. Because when we sending those signals out, somewhere else, those signals are being picked up. And that's a fact. Okay, we're like radio stations. So that is important. What are you sending out? What are you thinking? The more you meditate, the more you focus. Try to just, like me right now, thoughtless awareness is like I'm trying to get to that. Like thoughtless awareness. I don't want to be thinking about nothing. And just be fine. Be cool. Thoughtless awareness. And I only want to think when it's time to think. Okay? So, this is how Bartholomew works. Okay? Imaginary. Now, the 7-1 will be Thomas, disciplined, denial. And this is when negative thoughts arise. Affirm their look, I can't read my own stuff. When negative thoughts arise, affirm their opposite. I know things are working in my favor. Okay? Refuse to acknowledge obstacles as they find, as you may find it. They are not obstacles. This is temporary, okay? So if a negative thought comes in, what you can use as your mantra, and you are welcome to write it down, or I'll put it inside once this live is over. When negative thoughts arise, what you can say, I refuse to acknowledge that. No obstacle will come in my way. Okay? One second. All right. I know things are always going to be working in my favor. When negative thoughts arise, I affirm all things are going to work good in my favor. All right? And this is how you work with discipline number 7. I know things are working in my favor. And if you got to say it over and over and over again, that's okay. Over and over. Okay. So, the 8th one now, I don't want to make this too long. Let me see something. Because people can get lost. So, I have 8, which is Matthew. I have to finish James, higher discernment, the gift of God, praise and gratitude, which would be Thaddeus, and Simon of Canaan, which is transformation, and number 12, the psychological renewal, the Judas. I can't wait to talk about the Judas. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it here for now, because if it's too long and I was, talking along the way, I'm going to drop the rest a little later. Okay? Any feedback in this chat would be helpful if you would like me to add more and speak on it more. And I also have more information in regards to what each discipline means. Because I think it's time the truth comes out, and I'm a truth seeker. That's just what I am. And I just want to say something before we go. Plus, my connection is acting funny, so I don't want to take the risk. But here's one right here. Something I wanted to read. Warring against temptation. Okay, and this is about the disciples and all of that, and it says, warring against temptation. I'm gonna read it from my laptop. We do not encourage those who have. Can I make this bigger? Nope, I can't. Okay, I can't. All right. I was hoping I could. All right. We do not encourage those who still have worldly ambitions to take up development of the 12 powers of man. And that 12 powers of man is you. You will be disappointed if you seek to use these superpowers to gain money. Turn stones into bread. Control others. The kingdoms of the world. All these things I will give thee. Or make a display of your power. If thou art the Son of God, cast thyself down. These are the temptations of the selfish ego, as recorded in the 4th chapter of Matthew, which Jesus has overcome, and which all who follow him and regenerated have to overcome. The 12 powers of man. You have to overcome the 12 powers of man. Temptations come to everyone. There is no way to avoid it. They come from the mysterious levels of human nature, sometimes called Satan. Satan in the Bible symbolizes none of an actual creature. Other names used for this same factor are devil, false personalities, egotism, exaggerated sense of self, impulsiveness, which arises from this level, reach the level of consciousness and self-awareness. And this is the moment of temptation. So I guess they're like saying, the devil, Satan, it's one and the same. And anyone can be tempted at any given time. No one is exempt. You just have to, stand firm on your convictions and your spirit and stay in alignment with that. These temptations are the selfish ego as recorded, and they can be overcome because Jesus had to overcome. He had to overcome too because he was also tempted. Temptations come to anyone, everyone. There's no way to avoid it. Okay. False personalities, egotistical, exaggerated sense of self, impulsiveness, which arises from the opportunity to choice. If we succumb to self-temptation, we lose in the long run. Okay? We will lose in the long run. That was deep, right? If we allow our spiritual awareness, Yeshua, Jesus, however you want to name him, your higher guidance, if we allow our spiritual awareness, Jesus, to overcome the temptation, we gain in the long run, big time, immeasurably. Like I can't. I'm telling you some of these words, and they're not hard words. It's just my tongue somehow gets twisted up. But when Jesus steps in, Yeshua steps in, Yahya steps in, whomever it is you consider Jesus to you, you will win in the long run. but you have to stay loyal to your conviction, to yourself, to your heart, and pure of heart. Gotta be pure of heart. Not everyone is perfect. No one is perfect. However, always stay close to your heart. Okay, and that's it for now. Thank you for listening, even though nobody came in, but I'm pretty sure someone will stop in and hear it out, because this is some important information where this is not AI. I'm not grabbing nothing from the AI, even though I do like some of their stuff. But I think we need to be careful of some of the information we're asking for. And this is serious. We're talking the psychological warfare at this point. And you can have all the superpowers you want, but if your mind ain't right, if things were to just hit the fan and everything is just falling apart, will you be able to stand the test of time? This is where your strength is going to come in. A lot of us. It's a doozy this year, but I'm here. Much love. And I would love to come back and finish the other 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let me know. Put it inside the chat. And much love to y'all.